Good greetings to all, and once again, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing well wherever you may be. Today, I wanted to talk about a couple of misconceptions that have been going on throughout anyone who is engaged within this so-called community. I personally don't call it a community at all because I don't believe there is one. I believe this is an individual path and that most people are on their own within this. Um, there is a constant misbelief which teaches people to acknowledge and refer themselves as their own gods, which is misunderstood in so many levels. And this is where the question arises. Are you really a living God in any way, shape, or form? Now, the theory of it is indeed partially true, meaning you are an extension of the source energy which has created you and everything else in the universe. You share and bear that particular energy within you, okay? So, whatever has been implanted within you is what the Creator also bears upon Him, which He literally, let's say, takes out of Him like a piece of Play Doh and creates more Play Doh. If you have a big mass of Play Doh, you can mold it and shape it into whatever you want. You can take small pieces with it, and you can create an entire form of whatever it is you want from that material as well. You can also take different pieces that would be, let's say, dough of different color, mix them together. And that's how things are created by the Creator energetically. Okay? There could be other methods, but I am not aware of everything He does. I only know what I've been shown and what I've seen. Um, so, if all in one, long story short, that's how creation is made. So, in a sense and in a way, you bear these attributes and you bear certain abilities which come with them, each and every one of them being different. That means that you have certain rights within the creation of the universe, okay? Which allow you to manipulate certain energies, to use them to your benefit, to summon things forth, to attract situations or to banish situations, things of energetical nature, of material nature, or other people, souls, etc. You name it. All in a nutshell, which is under the term alchemy to be described. Okay? What is the definition of alchemy for me? It is the ultimate science of one learning and applying the sciences and formulas of manifesting energy and of manipulating it according to His will. Energy, of course, which is of matter, which is all around you and within you, both within and without. As energy is everything, it is everywhere. Okay? Basic quantum physics. So, alchemy, in a way, is your birthright. You have been created with this power. You have been created with this ability. Yes. All in all. which does give you certain aspects of inheritance from your Creator and Heavenly Father to use here upon this earth. And also allows you to open certain keys within the universe to use as you desire. So all in all, alchemy is no shame. It's nothing to be afraid of. It is your birthright to be able to manifest better things. That does not mean to condemn prayer. Prayer is extremely powerful and can manifest also many things. Prayer is also a form of alchemy. You are summoning down one of the minimum tiny aspects of the angels, of the Creator's beings, to come down and help you with certain tasks. The angels shall go before him, for the Father is within him, is the word. So, in a way and in a sense, we have a birthright and inheritance to alchemy. We have a birthright and inheritance to manifesting things, to have a better life, because there is a certain misconception that you should do nothing but pray. While alchemy is our birthright, at the same time, merely spending our lives in prayer is a mistake. Why? Because this, in a way, deems the Creator as your personal genie. And that's really not what he does. And that's really not something he appreciates either. We have all been given resources upon this world to create and manifest anything we want with our bare hands. We have evolved in this way. We've built houses, we've developed medicine, we've developed biology, knowledge within biology. Sorry, we did not develop biology. Biology was there way before. We have developed many different things: maths, scientists, art, literature. Okay? We are far and ahead in the evolution game. So, most of the things that we request are pitiful before the eyes of the Creator and the universe. What do we really request, honestly? A couple of material pleasures, pleasures of the flesh? Nothing you can't go out there and get by yourself. Should you use alchemy here and there on your own accord, of course, to manifest that? Yeah, of course, that's your birthright. Why not? Should you merely sit down and cry to God each and every day that you wish to obtain these things? No, because He's not your personal genie. What do you think He would tell you if you were able to stand before Him and He was there in the flesh? And don't think that He cannot do this, because one thing you should know about Him is He's as physical as He is spiritual and ethereal, meaning He created both, so He can be both. He has no problem dropping into this world and appearing to you, as I have seen Him do it, and it's the scariest thing that will ever happen in your life. Your whole world belief will crumble once you see this. And then you will think, if what I just saw was real, what else is real? So think about that. I was personally never the kind that would believe in any of these things. What I saw with my eyes, what I know, and I know what I know today. I will never tell someone they should never believe. I will simply tell them, make sure you connect to what you believe in. If you cannot connect, don't blindly believe just because they told you to. Find your own truth. Search it, as I searched mine. See with your eyes, as I have seen with mine. But don't make it a term. See, I was already aware of a few things in existence before this happened to me. I didn't start believing after I saw. But I just didn't believe that these things can appear like that. I just thought you have to die. But yet again, I've been proven wrong, as every other human being upon this earth. So, merely praying and begging for pitiful material things is not what you should do. There are certain kinds of prayer which are valid, others which are not. You can pray for your own path to be revealed to you. You can pray to be content in your life. You can pray for your true soul calling to be shown to you. These are meaningful things. You can pray to know yourself a little bit better, to request help with your own soul searching. You can pray to see the universe more, see the creation, understand more of the Creator's ways. These are things that are meaningful. Praying for an extra 100 quid per month on a raise or a meaningless promotion with tons of work that will have you feeling more miserable than before for the sake of holding a title somewhere at work and feeling important. Or, I don't know, praying to somehow end up in all kinds of fornications with your neighbor next door, or with someone who you fancy at work, or what have you. These are not things that you should be bothering any divine being with. Most of people are more than capable of manifesting each and every one of these things by themselves. All you need to do is study a little bit. Knowledge is power. If you know how to be appealing, you can get a huge percentage of most of the people which you shall desire. If you train yourself how to talk, you will be able to manifest interest within almost each and every mind. If you read books about dark psychology, you will be able to twist the majority of minds to your will simply by using psychology. You do not even need alchemy. There are tons of successful people out there, or even non-successful people, just ordinary people, who apply these things because to them sometimes it's just a second nature, and they are very successful with what they are doing. So, all in all, there are ways and ways, and there is truth and difference between definitions, theories, and how we understand and implement them. There are great things that one can manifest, as we have just described. How far can one's alchemy go, you say? It can go very far. You can do great things if you develop your craft into them. You can just merely snap fingers and things will happen. After years and years of practice, you will be able to learn more and more hidden aspects of alchemy. So, all in all, yes, you do have some godlike power. But at the same time, there is a beginning and there is an end, like all things. Nothing but the Creator is endless. We are all deemed to have a beginning and an end here. Our existence is like a cord. It starts somewhere, but it always has to end somewhere. So, our existence in this physical world is linear. Birth, life, death. 3 parts of it. That's it. So, you could, for example, learn how to astral project and shoot out solar energy into the clouds, and you can control the weather, and you can cause or stop rain. This is nothing that, call me a crazy conspiracy theorist. You can manipulate the weather by shooting electrons into the clouds, which change the atomic molecular system function. Okay, the molecules of the atoms basically within the clouds, and manipulate them to do things that you want. You don't have to believe in this. Call me crazy for what I just said. But know that the military and governments possess technologies which will never be made known to the common public. That's all I can say. They are not fiction. They are right there. I mean, back in the 90s, you'd be called crazy for saying the word robot. It's just something you saw in a movie. There's robots working in warehouses all over Asia right now, as we speak. It's no fiction. You can literally go into any technical page and see it. Um, and as a serviceman, of course, I've seen things myself, but which I'm not going to describe in detail because it's not going to be healthy. It's better to keep some things classified. So, although you do have potential, which is far and great, further than most people perceive, you are also limited. Meaning you can get yourself to that extent of practice where you will, yes, go and manipulate certain aspects and manifest certain aspects, but at the same time, you are limited. In the example of the weather, yes, you can cause or stop, let's say, for example, rain. You astral projected, you manipulated the weather. But at the same time, you won't be able to do that all the time. You're going to manage to do that once. And after a few hours, whatever it is that you did is going to come to an end. Because Big Daddy God up there has tons of angels that are going to be looking down upon you, and they are going to come down and they are going to put an end to your acts, one way or another. Because although what you did might seem innocent to you, you are disturbing the balance of the universe. So you can manipulate things and you can manifest things, but at the same time, you can do whatever you want. You can't merely snap your fingers and win the lottery. There are far too many people playing it. Chances are, if you win, others will win as well. And you all get to share. So you all win about, I don't know, a 2 quid coin or something. Or about 5, 10, something like this. Small amounts. You could win 100, you could win 500. But you're not gonna wake up a billionaire one day or the other, one day into the next. Not just because you threw some alchemy out there. Plus, a lot of these things are fixed. Gambling is fixed. It's not designed to give you money, it's designed to take money. That doesn't mean you cannot perform alchemy to manifest abundance. But this kind of alchemy will come in sequences and it will take years. Which we are going to speak not now because that would be a very lengthy topic. But it is possible. But it just doesn't work the way you think. Okay? Things work if you know the formula. No formula, what happens? Things just don't work. Things don't manifest. And you condemn everything. You're going to condemn alchemy. You're going to condemn the creator. You're going to condemn the devil. You're going to condemn everything. The people around you. Everyone but yourself, mostly, in your lack of knowledge. So, you are limited. You cannot simply, even with dark alchemy. So far, we've spoken about positive aspects of alchemy. The same rule applies to the dark arts. You can't just merely curse everyone. By the way, death curses do seal your fate. You are being bound to the energy which you are using and trying to throw upon others. And you are embodying the void. So each and every time you embody the void, if your core dark aspect is not strong enough, you become condemned. Because most people will be condemned to that aspect that they are tying themselves to. Okay? Dark energy is like glue. It sticks. It is captivating. It is the opposite of the light. It is not upbringing or blissful and joyful. It doesn't raise you up and make you feel full of life. It brings down. It's like a chain to your legs. It bows you down. That's why most of these people that you see within this community are mentally unstable or are going to be soon enough. It is a one-way avenue, dear beloved people. But there are windows here and there. Once again, we're not going to talk about this, it would be too lengthy. Main lesson is you can't do whatever you want. I'm going to bring in a third example, heavily on demand. Lost alchemy. Yes, you may cast some pinkish energy to sweeten up someone. Red lustful one to infuse the minds of the darker and more lustful partners. It works, yes. It is potent, yes. But there are certain people who just simply have tremendous power in their own free will, or tremendously big, thick auras which you cannot penetrate if your alchemy and your being aren't strong enough, if you have not put yourself into that particular energy transformation, if you are not able to permutate these energies, manipulate them, strike down the aura of protection, bring it down, or even use smoother and subtle methods to gain favor instead of trying to beat down the mind to do your will. Both methods work. Alchemy works, but at the same time, you can't have everyone you want. You will be denied sometimes. You will be desired others. And of course, it all comes down to you, the person. Everything is a joint effort. Because if you don't have any attributes of your desire, then there is no seed to plant. If there is no seed to plant, how can a root manifest anywhere? And how can anything grow out of it? It's common sense. It doesn't exist. It doesn't work this way. Just as when I require something, I don't simply ask spirits to give it to me. I ask for knowledge and assistance, but I go in and I put my own alchemy into things. If I want promotion, I'm not going to beg the spirits or the creator for that matter to give me something. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do my own work physically first. Then I'm going to do my own alchemy energetically. And then third, I shall summon the spirits of both sides. And I shall ask them for help and guidance and a boost. Just a tiny one. That's all I need. And that is what spirits actually favor in one. The ability to do one's own work, first of all. Signing a pact and begging and sleeping is not going to give you anything. Work with us is what the spirits will always say. Work with us, not against us. And you shall receive. That's it. It's very simple. So, all in all, in a nutshell, no, you are not a living God. You are just a human being with certain attributes and a certain limited amount of potential, which can be great to your benefit if you know how to use it. You are limited, but at the same time, you have great potential if you grow it and work on it. But you cannot do everything you want. You are not going to drag down the stars and the skies, okay? And as far as the dark arts go, if you were a so-called god on earth, why do you ask a demon for things? Think about that a little bit. Is a god bound by purpose? Is a god bound by desire? Is a god enslaved by material gain? Is a god prone to hunger for wealth, abundance, or lust. No. He is simply nothing but existence. A God exists. He simply exists. He does not wish or desire anything. He does not seek to acquire or obtain anything. He simply exists within the existence of the sheer universe. Okay? The one God has created other, some would call them spirits, others will call them gods. They are countless to manage the universe for him, because he's not going to sit there and manage it himself. He just creates and then sends them forth and says, now you do your duties each. There's a hierarchy. And each and every one of them has a role. But God himself simply exists. He does not require anything. Think about it. A God, if you were truly a God, you would not require anything from a spirit. You would not beg. You wouldn't beg a demon to give you anything, would you? Especially if you know that that something is going to come back with a catch. There's always a catch in every contract. Don't forget that. So I hope that has shown some light into a lot of the misconceptions that are going around into the modern world, which as a source came out of mostly the New Age Western systems, which strike their own personal ego and fake pride with false senses of power, thinking that they are gods on earth. Truth is, we are all limited within our unlimited potential. And that would be all. Enjoy your practice and try to rejoice within the creation for as much time as you are to spend here. Because, like I mentioned, even our very existence here is limited. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Rise and conquer. Rebellis den är bäst du